Good afternoon. We're sitting here in the Park Terrace restaurant of the Royal Garden Hotel. My name's Steve Munkley, I'm the executive chef. We're a 400-bedroom hotel. I've got a brigade of 60 cooks in the kitchen, and between us we look after probably in excess of about 2,000 covers a day. I decided to cook this dish because I had a product, basmati and wild rice, and I wanted to make a dish work with it. So I looked at the season we're in winter, you know, thinking ceps, thinking wild garlic, and I loved the labelle anglaise chicken, so it just came together. We're going to be using the breast for the main part of the dish, but we're going to confit the legs to make raviolis to go as an accompaniment. Just going to trim down there. Two very nice samples there. So we've got two thighs here. So I'm going to seal them in a pan of hot fat, and they'll be braised in the oven very slowly for about sort of an hour and a half until that meat is very tender. One thing about the easy cook basmati and wild that I found with working with it is it's really easy. The two rices cook perfectly together. Those of you that have sort of cooked wild rice before have probably experienced that it takes a long while and it's always quite chewy. And sometimes you have to wait too long and you know you never quite get that cooking right. What I found with this one is that because they're slightly pre-cooked it, it cooks nicely together. Now we're going to just lightly saute the shallots before we put them in. A little bit of oil in there and add the shallots. So we've now got our rice. I'm going to come across here to the rice cooker now, and we put the stock in. Yeah, just make sure it's all mixed in, put your lid on, and then you simply turn the control on and away it goes. It'll be cooked for us in about 10 minutes. Okay, right, now I'm going to make the ravioli, which we're using the braised confit leg of the labelle anglaise with, and I'm going to make two little raviolis that will accompany the rice dish. Right, the next bit we're going to be doing, we're going to do a little bit of veg prep now. I've got some fresh leek there and some wonderful wild mushroom ceps here. So the next job we've got to do is we're going to get the chicken cooking now. So as you can see beside me, I've got a nice smoking griddle pan, nice and hot. I put it in the oven probably for about 8 or 9 minutes. So we flip them over, and being a griddle pan, the whole thing can now go straight into the oven and finish its cooking. In this pan here I've got some chicken jus, which we made from roasting the bones, vegetables, reducing it down, and in here I've got a couple of cloves of confit garlic. We just add a couple of cloves in there. They'll just now nicely start to infuse into the flavour of the jus, ready for the finished sauce. Nice non-stick pan here, a little bit of oil in there. Okay, ready to go. We're going to saute our leeks. You can start to see they literally start to wilt very quickly. So the pot of water's boiling over the back here for the ravioli, so we're just going to drop them in. 1, 2. I've got my wild garlic here that's been pre-washed, and please do so. The garlic will wilt right down, seps into the pan at the back. Again, just keep that moving. Okay, as you can see, it's all nicely wilted down now. Just going to taste a bit for seasoning. Yes, that's beautiful. Okay, that comes out there. There's that extra moisture. Just going to dry it off like that. The ceps are warming up nicely. Again, just a little bit of seasoning. I do like a little bit of butter in with these because they'll flavour the rice beautifully. Butter will go in. A little bit of seasoning there. Time's up on the ravioli. We've now got all our ingredients and we're about ready to put the dish together on the plate now. Let's get the chicken out. They've had their 9 minutes in the oven, as you can see. Beautiful crispy breast, still nice and succulent there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to finish the sauce off, which remember we put the garlic cloves into. They're just in there now, nicely infused. I'm just going to add a bit of cream because we're going to have this like a slight cafe au lait sauce, a coffee coloured sauce as we call it. So taking the faithful hand blender into there, that will puree that beautiful garlic right down till it's nice and smooth. Let's move to the rice cooker now. As you can see, the grains are all individual. Taste test. Lovely, all cooked evenly now. I'm going to add the seps that we sauteed earlier. A little bit of seasoning in there. I do like to put a little bit of parmesan in there as well. Mix the old parmesan in there, and it also helps to bind it up slightly. So now we've got all our ingredients together to put the dish together now. And there you have it, the grilled La Belle Anglaise chicken breast with the Tilda Basmati and wild rice risotto. Thank you.